What's our skirts for bro? What not again? I was playing duels, and I almost won it. That was just leg kills. I almost destroyed him, but I was like, I'll just make a video. I'll just make a video of me winning against the leg kill. And guess what? The moment I went in the recording app and went back in Roblox, I was kicked out of the game.
No, it wasn't a laptop or indoor plumbing. It was a man.
And the moment I zigged to start this video, guess what? Exactly, I got kicked out of the game again.
A bit before he got off again on the long drive back to his house. He had to be about my age and was super fit and hot. He must not have seen so many young girls either, because he looked back at me with the same sort of fascination. He immediately came up to me and started to compliment me, saying I was much different than the other nuns. I was young and beautiful, and he was very attracted to me. I explained that I too was very attracted to him. When he said it was too bad I was a nun, I immediately corrected him, saying it was a long story. Before I could say anything else, the oldest, meanest nun interrupted us. She said it wasn't very ladylike to be talking to boys, and she dragged me away to do other chores. I was worried that was the last I'd ever see of the mysterious man. A couple of hours later, as I was chopping some firewood, I heard some whispers coming from behind a bush. It was the man from before. He told me that if I wanted, he would drive me far away from here. He told me to hide under the crops in the back of his truck while he distracted the nuns. Then we just drove off. I was picking corn out of my clothes and hair for hours. Who knew my kidnapping would ruin corn for me? We drove for hours and hours, and I told him everything. He was incredibly kind and sympathetic and said he would do anything to help me. I asked if he had an internet connection at his house, which he did. Well, I didn't even waste a minute when we got to his door. I ran right for a computer and started to log into my Facebook and see what had happened. Most importantly, I wanted to know where Taylor was and who that mysterious woman was. Well, the most shocking thing about my Facebook account wasn't the thousands of missed messages. It was all the people sending their condolences. At first, I thought they were belated wishes about my father I never got to see. But the truth was much more disturbing. People thought I was dead. I used Facebook to call one of my dearest friends. She answered immediately and seemed so shocked to hear from me. But it can't be. You're dead. She started to cry. I explained everything that had happened to me with the strange woman and the monastery, and I asked why everyone thought I died. Apparently, Taylor told everyone I had gotten into an accident overseas and died. Since I was in a third world country, no one tried confirming the evidence. She had a death certificate and newspaper articles, my friend told me.
Gotta finish this match. This is very fast.
You can still
the
help
best
me,
one shot.
I said with a devilish plan in mind. I asked her to buy me a plane ticket back home, even though it had come unexpectedly. I always carried my wallet in my robes. I printed out the boarding pass and asked the handsome man to take me to the airport at once. He wholeheartedly agreed and asked me to come back for him when I had my life figured out. My friend met me at the airport with tears in her eyes. She brought me a change of clothes and asked me what the plan was. I asked her if she could have the police come to my house in an hour because I wanted some alone time for a reunion.
GG, thank you guys so much for watching. Yeah, I gotta go sleep already, you know. And tomorrow I have school, so
as my legal guardian after I died.
Wish me luck, alright?
There were several expensive sports cars in front of the house and very expensive statues that weren't